Back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button. Excuse me. Excuse me, just had to sneeze. I apologize for that, guys. But yes, make sure you also hit the thumbs up button for me as well. And then obviously hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Also, guys, if you want up to 60 free stocks, Moo is gonna give you up to 60 free stocks when you open a new Moo brokerage account. Now, what you need to do if you're interested in that offer is to get down to the description box. The first link is the Moo link. Click on that link, it'll take you to the Moo website, and then it will tell you about the offer of the 60 free stocks. Basically, you put $100 in your new brokerage account to give you 5 free stocks. If you put $2,000 in your new brokerage account, they go ahead and give you some more free stocks. And then clearly, if you put $5,000 in your new brokerage account, they give you even more stocks, basically the 60 free stocks. So if you're interested in that offer, man, get to the description box, the first link, click on the Moo link, open up the Moo account, and go get yourself some free stocks. Don't forget about the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon. That's the second link down in the description box. We got over 2,000 wealth builders in our Patreon community, our financial community. If you want to be a part of that, we'll welcome you. All you got to do is click on that link, get on over to Patreon, sign up, and come join the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. That's where I'm giving out the real game. So if you want the real game, you know what you got to do. You got to join the Wealth Builders on Patreon, man. Come on now. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite companies in the whole wide world, and that's Nvidia. See, a lot of you guys like that because now I'm calling it Nvidia instead of Nvidia. Sometimes I'll switch it up, but today, for all you soybean billionaires, I'm going to go ahead and call it Nvidia. I assume that's the proper name for it. But it's one of my favorite companies. And why is it one of my favorite companies? Because I'm a tech guy. Even though I don't know a lot about tech, I'm still a tech guy. Well, let me rephrase that. I enjoy taking the money that I earn and putting it into tech companies to multiply it. That's why I call myself a tech guy. Not that I know a lot about the technology, I just know it's the future. So why not be a part of the future, right? Take my present day money and put it in something that in the future, hopefully, that present day money will be more money, right? So that's the whole point of me investing in Nvidia is I believe it's the future. I believe, you know, when you talk about artificial intelligence, Nvidia is the, they're at the head of the class. They're at the top of the food chain when it comes to artificial intelligence, right? Best chip maker in the world. Guys, $4 trillion market cap company. Who else has done that? Nobody. Nobody else in the world, in the history of the world, has ever reached a $4 trillion market cap, and Nvidia did it. Now, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything that I'm telling you here is my opinion for informational purposes only, my opinion. Go out and do your own research and figure this thing out for yourself. Go hire you a financial advisor, go whatever you want to do. Go do it. But don't take my advice because this is not advice. This is just my opinion, right? I just need to make sure I clarify that for all the powers that be. I have to clarify that because sometimes people get it confused like I'm trying to tell people what to do, which I'm not an expert. Y'all know that. I tell you that every single day, but you know how it goes. So I just wanted to reiterate that. Now, this conversation, these mega banks have went on record and they're saying some serious things. I'm talking about some serious warnings about Nvidia. We're going to get to that. But before we get to that, here's a little bit of tidbit for you. Guess who just sold $35 million worth of Nvidia stock? You'll never guess. Maybe some of you guys will guess. Who just sold $35 million worth of Nvidia stock? Well, that would be Nvidia's CEO, Jensen Huang. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang recently sold approximately $35.5 million worth of Nvidia stock. The sales, disclosed in a July 7 SEC filing, involved 225,000 shares sold at prices ranging from $153 to $160 per share. These transactions were executed under a pre-arranged rule 10b-5, not 106, but 10b-5-1 trading plan. Following the sale, Huang retains over 75 million shares of direct ownership in the company. Because some people get bent out of shape when, the CEO or executives sell shares of these companies. A lot of people get bent out of shape. I don't, because you got to understand, Jensen Huang is worth about $100 billion. And guess where most of that wealth is? In Nvidia stock. So how do you think he's supposed to ever get it out of there? Or at least some of it. Got to sell it, right? Now, I know Jensen Huang is a rich guy and probably thinks he can live forever, but you know and I know, none of us gonna live forever. So you can keep the money inside of your stock and your company if you want to, and don't never take none out and go enjoy yourself. That's on you if you kick the bucket and you ain't done that. Somebody gonna spend that money when he gone. He gonna pass it on to his family or somebody. So I get it. I'm okay with Jensen or other highly compensated execs taking money. Now, the only time I'm concerned about that is if your company ain't making no money, but you taking money. Then that's a problem. But in Jensen's situation, obviously the 900-pound silverback gorilla, $4 trillion market cap, they make plenty of money, right? They make plenty of money. But I thought I'd start off by just telling you guys that Jensen Huang does sell stock. Now, it has to be scheduled, prearranged. He's just not gonna wake up one morning and say, I'm gonna sell 1 million shares of my 75 million. He don't do that. It has to be prearranged. It has to be sent to the SEC, be approved by the SEC. That's how they do it, these big boy publicly traded companies, right? So I feel a little better about that. But I'm okay with Jensen taking money out of the company through selling stock. I'm okay with that. Now let's move on to these mega banks and what they're saying. So here we go. Let me take my glasses off so that I can get on into this thing. Major banks like Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, and Citi are largely bullish on Nvidia stock, with price target increases and buy ratings reflecting confidence in the company's AI leadership and growth potential. Some banks, like Bank of America, have even named Nvidia as a top semiconductor pick due to its unique position in AI and high quality franchise. Here's a more detailed breakdown of what Bank of America said. Now, for some of you guys, you may have never heard of Bank of America, but it's one of the 4 horsemen. See, Bank of America is one of the 4 horsemen. And when I say 4 horsemen, I'm talking about too big to fail. They too big to fail. They're one of the 4 horsemen. You got Bank of America, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citibank. Those are your 4 horsemen. So here's what the second largest bank in America behind JP Morgan Chase. Bank of America is number 2. Wells is number 3, and then comes Citi. And of course, JP Morgan Chase is the head honcho. But here's what Bank of America is saying about them. Consistently positive, with one analyst raising the price target to $200 per share. That ain't Richard Fain saying that. That's not me saying nothing like that. That's what Bank of America is saying. Go out and do your homework. This is what one of Bank of America analysts said. Raising his price target to $200 per share, citing Nvidia's unique position in AI. What unique position is that? They're the head honcho. Everything AI has to go through Nvidia. They're the most valuable company in the world. They make the most advanced chips in the world, GPUs. Plus, they got a software called CUDA that goes with it. Who are their customers? Hyperscalers, mega caps. Those are their customers. Okay, here we go. They also highlighted, Bank of America also highlighted Nvidia's strong balance sheet, profit margins, and ability to scale. Now, if you want to go out there on Nvidia's website and go to Investor Relations, when you get to their website, just go find the area that says Investor Relations. Click on it. And then go look at the balance sheet. Go look at Q1 of this fiscal year's balance sheet. And what you want to look for is what I call free cash flow. Go look at their free cash flow. Woo! Billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of free cash flow. That's what Bank of America is talking about here, guys. That's what, when they tell you they got a strong balance sheet, they're just talking about cash. They're talking about how much cash they have, guys. Billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in free cash flow. Profit margins and the ability to scale. Another report from Bank of America increased the price target to $160, citing wins in sovereign AI projects. The bank also noted that Nvidia's dominance in AI accelerators, particularly in generative AI, is a major factor driving their positive outlook. That's coming from Bank of America. So 2 analysts, one saying 200, and then you got another one with a price target of 160. That's Bank of America. Now, let's go to the largest bank in America and the 5th largest bank in the world. Mega banks, guys. This is JP Morgan. JP Morgan says this: while not directly commenting on Nvidia's stock, one analyst compared JP Morgan to Nvidia, highlighting the bank's strong position in AI and technology. Citibank, one of the 4 horsemen, increased Nvidia's price target to $190 a share. What is the stock price today? $164 a share. That smells like potential upside. I kind of can smell a little bit of upside. Let's go back to B of A. B of A said their top target price was $200 a share. If the price is $164 today, $163 today, that smells like some upside. Citibank, $190 price target. $163, $164 today. It smells like upside. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It smells like upside. TD Cowen identified Nvidia as their top pick within the computing sector and highlighted the potential of their new Blackwell chip. So the new Blackwell chip is the latest and the greatest GPU chip that Nvidia is selling now. It's the most advanced chip in the world, guys. And all your hyperscalers, right? They want that chip. And Nvidia selling them like crazy. Again, that's my opinion. You go out and do your own homework and you figure that out. But my opinion is they're selling them like crazy. And this is why this TD Cowen says, not bad. Got the best chip in the world. You're selling it, right? Everybody want it, especially the hyperscalers, mega caps, right? Overall analyst sentiment. A consensus of 44 analysts shows a strong buy rating for Nvidia with an average price target of $176.62, including a potential upside of over 12%. So when you look at 44 analysts, right, you got a strong buy rating for Nvidia with an average price target of 176. Today it was 163, 164. I think you got intraday 164. So that smells like upside to me. Just my opinion though, right? I don't know what it smells like to you, but to me it smells like upside. Key factors driving positive sentiment. AI leadership. Nvidia's dominance in AI accelerators and its strong position in the generative AI market are major drivers. So when you look at this artificial intelligence thing, you do understand every industry, every sector in America and abroad will be having some level of artificial intelligence in their business model. That's just the way it's going, in my opinion now. We ain't there yet. We're only just on, we ain't even, listen guys, you're talking about artificial intelligence is gonna be trillions and trillions of dollars worth of revenue in this AI thing. Can you remember back when, like 1993, 94, remember when the cell phones started coming out back in like the early 90s, and they were these big old gigantic things, and only the rich could have them. You know, the regular common folk, the 99%ers couldn't really have them. Remember that? Remember back in the late 80s, early 90s when the cell phone came out? And the only reason I can remember that very well is because in 1992, I was playing with the Chicago Bears. And of course, you know, making a little cha-ching. And we had these cell phones. You know, we could afford to buy them. But I can remember, man, the cell phone bill used to be like $300, $400, $500 a month. It was brand new technology. No, it was at the baby, at the infancy stage. Now look at our cell phones. Now look what we can do with a cell phone now. I'll give you one more. Remember in like the mid 90s, when they came out with this internet thing, nobody knew what that was. It was crazy, right? You mean to tell me I can get on this thing, I can open up this thing and remember that internet thing? Now look at the internet. Your boy can get on here and talk to millions of people on a live stream with a live feed. Come on, man. That's the internet. Dude, now think about the future though. Think about artificial intelligence with these large language models. Think about all of the research that I do, the little bit that I do. It's on my cell phone. I can pull up my AI app, my ChatGPT app, or I can just go straight Google and hit AI mode and ask this thing anything I want to ask it, and it will give me all the information I need in a matter of seconds. That's artificial intelligence, baby. See, that's artificial intelligence. See, when I can be in my car and ask my car, hey, Mercedes, here's where I'm going. Give me directions and in seconds, it finds it and spits it back to me, puts it on the GPS, the navigation thing. Come on, man. Y'all better hurry up. I can be sitting in my house and say, hey, you know what? Because I don't want to say it on the phone. It'll come on. And ask it a question, and it'll give me the answer within seconds. That's artificial intelligence. Hyperscalers like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, right? They have these cloud provider services where you can store everything you want in the cloud on servers. Artificial intelligence, these data centers. All I'm telling you guys is we have not even scratched the surface. Think about 20, 30 years from now. Think about from the early 1990s to right now with cell phones and how far they've come and the technology in these things. Back to what I said about the internet. Think about the mid-90s when this thing started rolling out, this internet thing. Look where we're at today. Look where we're at today. I can reach millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people on a cell phone. Come on, man. Artificial intelligence is going to take this thing to a whole nother level. And Nvidia, in my opinion, is right in the center of it. They are right in the center of it. They are the first $4 trillion market cap company in the world history. First one. Nobody else has ever done it. Come on, man. And again, this ain't a convince you channel. This is just to share some information with you channel. You go out and do your own homework and do whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you, man, what's coming, in my opinion, over these next 20 years, and I hope I'm here to see it, this thing is going to be bananas. And I'm going to be right in the mix. Here we go. Strong financials. Nvidia's solid balance sheet, high profit margins, and ability to scale are seen as positive indicators. Artificial intelligence data center market growth. Remember, I told y'all that data center thing. It's that cloud stuff. I don't know a lot about it, but I do know AWS is making a bunch of money. Yeah. Google's cloud service business is making a lot of money. Microsoft's cloud service business is making a lot of money. Intel's cloud service business is making a lot of money. And Oracle's cloud service business is making a lot of money. Those are five of your top hyperscalers. But you got other data centers out there that are scaling. CoreWeave is one of them. Just saying, let's keep moving. Sovereign AI demand. Nvidia is gaining traction in deals related to sovereign AI projects, which are seen as growth opportunities. So what is a sovereign AI opportunity for a company like Nvidia? See, everybody is not the United States. We got the top everything. Top economy, top financial markets, top industries, most valuable companies in the world. All of that stuff is in America. Everybody don't got that. Everybody don't have the resources to be able to pull this thing off by themselves. So what do? They go hire a company like Nvidia to help them pull it off. Right? Some of these smaller countries, they're good countries, make good money, good countries, but just don't have the skill set. They don't have the skill set. They don't have they just don't have it. So what do? They'll partner with a company like Nvidia to bring this AI infrastructure, this platform to their country. And there are plenty of countries out there that want that. That's a growth opportunity for a company like Nvidia. So some of y'all are wondering why has Nvidia got all these partnerships? Why do they do this and do that? Because Nvidia understands they can't just be a chip maker. They have to be more than a chip maker. since they have the market share, 85% of the market share when it comes to the advanced chips. He who controls the chips controls artificial intelligence. You do know that, right? He who controls the chips. Why do y'all think President Trump don't want China to get these advanced chips? Because he understands if China controls the GPU market, the chips, if China controls that, they control it. They control it. They control it all if they get that. So some of these countries who are not America, they hire companies like Nvidia to help them scale up their AI infrastructure and get them online so they're not left behind. See, if you ain't in the front of this thing, you're gonna be behind this thing. You got, those are your two choices. You can get in the front of it, or you can be on the back end of it. That's why your hyperscalers like Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Meta, Tesla, all of them ain't hyperscalers, but they're mega caps, right? Some of them are hyperscalers, some of them are mega caps. But all of them know if they're not in first place, they're in last place. That's the reason they're gonna spend billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars building out their artificial intelligence ecosystems. They have to, because if not first, they're last. Same with these countries. If you ain't up in the front, you down, you in the back. You done missed all the opportunity, right? GPU adoption. The increasing reliance on GPUs for AI training and other complex computing tasks is seen as a positive catalyst for Nvidia. Here are some potential concerns, right? Giving you the upside. Now let's give you some downside, right? Here we go. Potential concerns. China export restrictions. While some analysts believe Nvidia can offset potential impacts from export restrictions with deals in other markets. Remember, we talked about that yesterday a little bit. Remember when President Trump put a little bit of restriction on Nvidia, not with the best chips, not with the Blackwell chips, but they had another chip that they were selling into China. It's called the H20. They were selling that chip into China. And you know, President Trump put a little bit of hold on that. President Trump put a little bit of a because he wanted some negotiating leverage over China doing this tariff thing, right? He wanted negotiating leverage. So he put restrictions on what Nvidia could sell into China. That's what they're talking about here. But if you listen to Jensen Huang in their Q1 earnings call, you would have heard him say, yeah, we understand that. We have to write off about 5.5 billion because we can't use that inventory. We can't sell it into China. We got to write it down. But we have other prospects. Remember, they talked about the sovereign AI thing, and there are other countries that they are allowed to sell into, right? So that's what they're working on. The other major concern, the big one, is China, because China is a large market for Nvidia and some of these a lot of other technology companies. China is a large market. China has 1 billion people in their country. 1 billion with a B. They're like 3 or 4 times our size. Like 3 times. Like 3 times the size of the American population. China, huge, right? So that's a huge potential concern. If you can't sell into China at some point, that could dip into revenue. So that's a major concern. Another major concern is competition. While Nvidia's dominance is strong, competition in the AI chip maker market remains a factor. Now, don't get me wrong, they still control 75, 80, 85% of the market share. But you do have competitors out there that are doing their very best, like AMD and some others that are doing their very best to close that gap. So they got to always be on their P's and Q's and keep doing what they need to do, keep the main thing, right? Or competition catches you. And once competition catches you, that starts your decline, right? So they're conscious of that and have to watch that. Market volatility. Like all tech stocks, Nvidia is susceptible to market volatility and potential pullbacks. We saw that on what? Liberation Day. Directly after Liberation Day, the stock price went down to about $86 a share briefly. Within 3 months, it's back up to over $160 a share. That's the volatility that they're talking about here. That's a concern. So you have to understand that up in your filter system, that it's subject to that. Remember last year in 2024, we had a couple pullbacks. One of them was August 5th of 2024. We had a major pullback. The stock price went all the way down to $90 a share. And then by December of that same year, had ran itself back up to $150 something a share. That's the volatility that you got to get comfortable with if you're going long in this thing. If you're going long in this thing, you gotta get ready for that volatility, man. So just know that market volatility is a concern. So I gave you 3 concerns. China, not being able to sell into China, big concern. Competition is another big concern. And then, of course, market volatility is the third major concern. In summary, major banks are largely optimistic about Nvidia's future, driven by its strong position in AI and the expected growth of the AI market. I told you billions and not billions, trillions with a T, trillions of dollars worth of future revenue potential in artificial intelligence, guys. And when you already when you're in the driver's seat, you driving the bus, which I believe Nvidia is driving the bus. You take it wherever you want to take it, revenue-wise, right? Company is starting to just ramp up. Fiscal year 24, 60 billion in revenue. Fiscal year 25, 130 billion in revenue. Fiscal year 26, who knows? But speculated somewhere north of 200 billion. Just think about it. If these guys can get themselves to about 350 to 400 billion dollars in revenue, gonna be something nice. You got to figure out if you're gonna be a part of that journey. I don't know. You got to figure that out. In summary, major banks are largely optimistic about Nvidia's future, driven by its strong position in AI and the expected growth of the AI market. While there are potential challenges, the overall sentiment is overwhelmingly positive, with many analysts predicting further growth for the company. Now, again, guys, my job here is not to convince you of anything. My goal here is to share with you a concept. But you got to have vision. Now, if you ain't got no vision, you're going to miss it. Some of us don't have no vision. But if you got some vision, you got some patience, and you know how to think logically, it might be some harvest in this thing. Just saying, might be a harvest in this thing for somebody. You got to figure that out, just like I had to figure it out. But of course, for me, I figured it out in 2024, and I'm gonna keep rocking. I'm gonna keep rocking with this thing. Got 9 more years, man, before I call it quits. 9 more years of out here hustling and doing the necessary things to get to that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But in 9 years, if I stay on this 9-year journey, and it's a tough journey because I told you that volatility thing will mess with you if you ain't right. If you're emotional, you get caught up in your emotions. You know how some of us, we get caught up in our emotions. You get caught up in them emotions, this thing will blow you out the water, man, because it can fluctuate. This thing like a big old gigantic cruise ship. Sometimes, boy, that cruise ship get caught in a hurricane. That big old thing start to wobbling a little bit. You get a little scared. So you got to be logical. You got to say to yourself, this is a big old cruise ship. This thing ain't finna turn over. Got to be logical with it. But if I'm emotional with it, oh my God, the cruise ship is going to flip over. That's emotions. Same thing with these stock things, this stock game, man. In my opinion, not a financial advisor, just giving you my little 2 cents. Got same approach in this stock market thing, in this stock market game. You got to be logical, not emotional. Emotional gonna keep you broke, gonna keep you on the sideline. Logical thinking puts you in the game. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game, coach. If you're emotional thinking, no, coach, I don't want to go in the game. Let Jim Bob make that last shot. I don't want it. See, that's emotions. Oh, I might miss. I'm too emotional. I don't want to miss. Don't give me the ball. I might miss. Blow the game for the team. See, that's emotional. But if you're logically thinking, like, coach, put me in the game, 3 seconds left, give me the ball. I'm going to win this thing for us. That's logical thinking, right? So you got to be logical if you're going to take advantage of any of this wealth stuff out here. Real estate for income, businesses, paper assets, precious metals, crypto. Because I know a lot of y'all in here like crypto. Last time I looked at Bitcoin, that thing is $113,000 a coin. Monster. And I know some of y'all, oh, see, you said Bitcoin was a... Listen, bro, it ain't my thing. I don't care if it's with $250,000 a coin. It's not my thing. That don't mean it can't be your thing. Clearly, somebody is taking advantage of it. It's somebody's thing, or it wouldn't be $113,000 a coin headed to who knows? Who knows what it's going to head to? But that's the power of assets, guys. That's the power of assets. Today, a fresh new all-time high in what? S&P 500. New fresh all-time high. I believe the NASDAQ might have had a fresh all-time high. It was either the NASDAQ or the Dow. I don't think it was the Dow. I think it was the NASDAQ and the S&P both had fresh new all-time highs today. Might have been intraday. Could have been intraday. Don't mean they closed there, but it could have been intraday. And I believe the Dow picked up about 200 points again today. Why in the world is this thing moving the way it's moving? That's what they set it up to do. I keep telling y'all the 1% set this thing up to do this very thing. That's what the 1% do. They make money. They don't sit around on the sideline emotional and all scared and panicking. These people out here grinding, man. They doubling down on this thing, especially with Trump in the White House. They gonna keep this, but ain't gonna be no bad news about nothing with Trump in the White House. Economy gonna always be good. Job market gonna always be good. There's always gonna be no inflation. Come on, man. Y'all know how this, y'all know the story here. Trump never gonna come out and say there's inflation. He's never gonna come out and say labor market's weak. He's never gonna come out and say economy's in a recession. He'll never say those things. He will always say they're good. And guess what the market's doing? They taking that message and running with it, just doubling down. I don't know, man. It's up to you. You got to figure out what you want to do and how you want to move. But you either can join the herd or you can get run over by the herd. You can keep up with the herd or the herd will run over you. Keep telling y'all these people ain't playing around. All these freebies, they doing away with all these freebies. So all you folks out here that getting these freebies or think you should get these freebies, a lot of y'all gonna be surprised that they're gonna take your freebies away. I'm not saying it's justified, but I'm just telling you the truth. That's what's gonna happen. These people ain't messing around. These people with this Project 2025 thing, man, these people ain't messing around. These people say you need to be working at least 80 hours before you can get some certain benefits. I mean, you got to literally work. These people ain't messing around in Project 2025, man. They're not messing around. You see their playbook, right? You see the playbook. You see it. Do you see them messing around? They're not messing around, man. They control Congress, they control the White House, and they control the Supreme Court. They control it all. So here's the thing, man. These one percenters, these billionaires, these hedge funds, they're not gonna say anything against Trump. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna get in where they fit in and go get this paper. That's what they're gonna do. They ain't gonna say nothing about Trump. They ain't gonna try to do nothing to Trump. They're gonna just get in where they fit in and go get the paper. So you can do whatever you want to do, guys. All I'm telling you is either you can keep up with the herd or you're gonna get ran over by the herd. These people are not playing around, and the only thing that's gonna save you is financial freedom. All right, man, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Like I said, man, if y'all are interested in that Moo offer, get yourself down in the description box, first link, and click on the link, man, and check out that Moo offer. They're giving out free stocks, man. Open up a new brokerage account. They're giving out free stocks. Go check it out. Second link, Wealth Builders, fastest growing financial community on Patreon. If you want the real deal and the real game, that's where I'm giving it. So if you want to be a part of that thing, click on the second link, get yourself over to Patreon, sign up, send me a DM, introduce yourself. Let's go to work. Stop by the channel for the first time. Please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. You can see it in the filter system. You can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Guys, never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. And by all means, get wealthy. Take you guys on the next one. Peace.